Oh, this is a perfect test for this hybrid build. How fast can we take out these heroic rogue agents that just appeared? Oh, look at this dude. It's almost over. There goes one. Oh, it's a wrap now. Focus fire this dude. What is this? 10, 15, 20 seconds? GG's. So today, guys, we are going to be playing with one of my new favorite. I can say I always have a new favorite build, but I've always been trying to try different hybrid builds, and since title update 16, we got some new pieces. So I've been playing, mix matching some of my old hybrid builds with some of the new pieces, mix matching them, trying to play different ones. That way you guys can try to pick a build that you guys might like. And if you guys like skill builds, if you guys like hybrid builds, this build will definitely be one that you guys can try. The hardest part is probably getting a chest piece with these rolls, and I'll explain that all in a second. But as you're seeing right here, what do we have? And we're able to clear out this control point pretty quick, and I'm telling you guys, I was having a lot of fun running through this. I kept mix matching, and I realized this might be a build that a lot of you guys might want to try out. So decided to drop it on the channel. If you guys enjoy videos like this, if you enjoy seeing all the other builds, make sure you take a look at my title update 16 playlist, where I have a ton of builds for a ton of different play styles. But let's get into the builds, and we'll show you more gameplay near the end. So if we take a look at the stats, you'll see we have 49,000 critical hit chance on the build. We have 123% critical hit damage, and then we have 75% headshot damage, 12% armor damage, 9% health damage. So a lot of damage right there. And if you look at full stack, we're sitting about 37,000 armor regeneration. And I'll explain the full build now, but I did want to show you the stats as I do have a current full stack on this build. So for the weapon, we're running the capacitor. The reason we went with this is because this is a skill build hybrid dream gun, right? The capacitor is so great for those hybrid builds because of the way the talent works. We have assault rifle damage to armor, health damage on here, and then we have 10% weapon damage. And then the talent is what really makes this one, because you can gain an additional 45% critical hit damage if you have 6 skill tiers. And if you look at it, shooting enemies builds a stat cap up to 40. Each stat grants 1.5% skill damage. After 5 seconds, the stats do decay. But for each yellow skill tier, you have 7.5% weapon damage. Now, remember, this already comes with 10% crit chance, 11 extra rounds, 30% crit damage, and 10% weapon handling. Now, I paired it up with the mechanical animal, and it's just for the talent future perfection. Weapon kills grant +1 skill tier, but since I do have tier 6 skills, look what it does. Weapon kills at skill tier 6 grant overcharge for 15 seconds. So I get that for 15 seconds. Now, there is a cooldown, so that's why you can use it when you get a lot of enemies at once. Let all your skills go into overcharge, and then obviously, boom, then you can just keep using the capacitor. But yeah, this is how I go with this build, back and forth, back and forth. Now, I am using the Empress International. I decided to go with the 3-piece for this one versus the last hybrid build I showed you guys. We have 10% skill haste, 10% skill damage, 10% skill efficiency, plus we have 1 skill tier on this one. We have critical hit damage, we have skill damage, and then a critical hit chance mod on this one. For the chest, we're using the Brazos chest piece. We're gonna go with the 2-piece because the 2-piece gives us 10% skill haste and 1% skill tier, allowing us to get 6 skill tiers on this build. We have armor, which I haven't optimized this. I will at some point, but I'm actually looking for a better piece, and this is what I mean. If you guys saw that I was missing a little bit of crit damage, because this weapon handling, I don't need this weapon handling. I would rather have the extra 12% critical hit damage, and that'll push me up there in the higher range of that crit damage. Now, I do want this skill damage on here, and then I do have a crit chance roll right here. Now, we have kinetic momentum, which is great because stacks increase your total skill damage by 1% and total skill repair by 2%, up to 15 stacks per skill. Kinetic momentum is a great piece to run if you're going to be running the Memento backpack, which we are on this build. As you guys saw in the gameplay, you guys saw the trophies dropping, and that's why when we're at full stack, we have the extra armor regen. But kinetic momentum with the Memento backpack is a great combo for you guys. Now, the second piece, we're running the Bakaro's holster. Now, remember, this gives us armor, and if we can roll skill tier, you guys can, but just make sure. I did want to go with 3 armor rolls on here for that 1.2 million armor. And then we have critical damage rolled on here. And then we have 15% weapon damage because that's what the way the new holster rolls. And remember, the 2-piece gives us a skill tier. So that's why it all just works great. We're getting a armor roll, we're getting a weapon damage roll, and we're getting a skill tier roll. Hey, it's a win-win here, right? So that's why I went with this one for this piece. For the knee pads, our second piece of Empress, we have crit damage, crit chance, and we have a skill tier. For the gloves, we have our third piece of Empress, so that gives us that 10% skill efficiency, which is skill damage, skill haste, all the goodies, everything skill, you get it from skill efficiency. So skill tier on here, then we have crit damage and crit chance again. And then ideally what I wanna do is optimize this so I could I'll be at 50% critical hit chance on this build. And then for the backpack, we have the mental backpack with weapon damage, armor, skill tier, and a critical hit chance mod. Now kill confirm, remember we're gonna get 30% weapon damage when we have full stacks. We're also going to get 30% skill efficiency, which is amazing on this build. And not only that, we get that 3% armor regen. Now every time we pick up a trophy, remember we're gonna get extra 5% skill efficiency, extra 10% bonus armor, and an extra 5% weapon damage for every red core, blue core, and yellow core we have on this build. So a lot of damage you're getting out of this build right here. And that's what I like. Ideally, since I am running kinetic memento, I always feel like the striker drone is the way to go. I feel like if you're gonna run kinetic memento, skills that stay up longer always work. So running the striker drone at tier 6, remember we get an additional 120% striker damage. That's not including when we do go into overcharge. And our damage without the full stack of the backpack is 60,000, and then I pair that up with the assault turret, and that's gonna be at 96,000. So a lot of damage right out of here, and I only have 5 expertise on both of these. I plan on maxing these out, and I can't imagine once you get these bad boys at 20 expertise, how hard this build will be hitting. And that's what I'm excited about, to see this full build, fully maxed out, and I think it's going to be very efficient. And that's how I have it, guys. If we go take a look at the armor regen, you can see our armor regen is fully gone, so we don't have any stacks anymore. And you might notice our damage on our weapon went down a little bit, because what you were seeing before was the full damage of the build right there. But this is the build right here, guys. I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. Probably one of my favorite hybrid builds at the moment. I also like the other one I released not too long ago. These are all great ways to run different hybrid builds. And because of the new gear set, the new brand set, you can just do so much, because it gives you 10% skill haste and an extra 1 skill tier. And this new name holster is great for those hybrid builds. But let me know how you guys have been running yours. What do you like? How do you like it? And I can't wait till I can get this chest piece. Is gonna be the hardest piece for me to get an additional 12% critical hit damage on this build, and holy, we'll be in business. But that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap up the video here. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.
Around that cover. I'll cover you.